Capital in the Morning with Renee and McBool.
What happens right now for the people who have already graduated, who don't have jobs and who don't have access to or have the capital to start businesses, or who are not business-minded, or in fact, as you have said, who are not equipped to start their own businesses? What happens to the idle youth of today?
Let me just take you back a bit. The whole idea of how do we get jobs for our young people. That's really what every young person, I'm sure, listening to me in every part of our country wants to hear. What is the plan? What is the plot for us to get jobs? Right? Let me explain to them that there is some difficult choices we have to. There are difficult decisions, let me say, that we have to make. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen the next day, but it's going to happen. The reason why we set out our agenda the way I have discussed with you, why we are talking about the standard gauge railway, why we are talking about 10,000 kilometers of new road, why we are talking about 5,000 megawatts of energy. Why are we talking about all that? At the heart of all that, at the heart of us improving security, is the base we want to set so that we can create jobs. Right? How are we going to create jobs using what I have said? The standard gauge railway, for example, will ease the movement of goods and services around the country. It will also reduce the cost of that movement. The whole road network, apart from creating jobs in the construction itself, right? It will also connect markets to products, produce to markets, people to services. Energy, the single driving force behind manufacturing and industry, is transport and energy, right? For Kenya, because once we've laid this foundation, the discussion I was having yesterday between the Ministry of Mining and Ministry of Industrialization was this discussion. Now that we are generating energy, now that we are constructing the roads, now that the railway is going to be in place shortly, the next focus is our manufacturing and industrial sector, because that's where the jobs are. The jobs are in manufacturing, industry, and value addition. For you to be able to be effective in getting manufacturing, the industrial sector, and value addition, you need transport and you need energy, right? So we are now discussing, for example, to be able to spur the construction industry, you need to get the raw materials locally. The raw materials that we have today, we import steel, for example. In fact, it is the single biggest item apart from fuel that eats into our forex, right? Yet we have iron ore in Kenya, we have bauxite in Kenya, we have limestone in Kenya, we have the raw materials that would enable us, we have coal in Kenya. So our next focus, because we now have energy, a coal plant, a steel plant, one steel plant could possibly need 1,000 megawatts. Seriously. Now we have got the energy. We will get the coal, the manufacturing sector. We'll get the coal, we'll get the bauxite, we'll get the limestone, we will get everything else that we need from the ground and create an industrial Kenya. For a very long time, we have depended on agriculture. 25% of our GDP is based on agriculture, right? But where the real jobs are is in manufacturing, is in industrialization, and in value addition. That is, and I want to tell the young people of our country, there is hope, guys. We are focused on making sure that having set the base, security in place, roads in place, a railway network in place, energy, the manufacturing sector will now roll in. And if you speak, for example, to KEPSA, the Association of Private Sector Players, they will tell you they are really proud of what we are doing, because they now have a chance to expand their enterprise. Therein lies the opportunities for all our young people. And we are going to do this deliberately, right? With iron ore in many parts of our country. We have coal in many parts of our country. We have limestone in many parts of our country. Instead of importing cement, we will manufacture cement. Manufacturing cement creates thousands of jobs. The steel industry will create thousands of jobs. The limestone industry will create thousands of jobs. I want to tell the country, we are now set for an industrial Kenya, a manufacturing Kenya, a Kenya that is based on technology, on manufacturing, because we have set the ingredients for that takeoff in place. And we are, as we do that, that is why we are also juxtaposing this with training young people, because we will need the skills to drive industry. Let me tell you, for example, we have a shortage of 150,000 technicians. We have a shortage of 90,000 artisans. And we have a shortage of almost 22,000 technologists. These are people who we must train. And by the way, these are not people you train in degree programs. These are people you train in certificate, you train in
diplomas,
enterprise, you train in diploma. These are really the hands-on guys, the ones that will turn the wheels of our growth and our economy. And these are the people we want to train. These are the people that will be trained in our technical training institutes, the ones that we are rolling out. We have the teachers, we have the infrastructure, we are working with development partners to make sure that that comes on board. So, as we set the base, yeah? I know I'm taking a bit of time.
No, go on.
I'm trying to explain so that people can understand where is this going, you know? And the jobs may not be available today, but the framework is in place. And for us to, in the medium term, you know, assist those people who may not have the skills at the moment, they may not have the competencies at the moment. That's why, and I've seen some people ask on Twitter there about the 30% procurement that we have said must be available to young people and women. 30% procurement of government procurement is approximately 200 billion worth of contracts. Yeah? I know there are hitches here and there, but I want to tell young people, business was never meant to be easy. You know, everybody must work hard. You know, you must roll up your sleeves. You must do with a bit of disappointment here, a bit of disappointment there. That is the route to success. It's never a highway, right? There will be bends, there will be dips, there will be ups, but that's the way all of us have gone through. So they must make do with, there was a delay here, and I see many of them complain, rightfully, yeah. But it's not a bed of roses. You know, all of us must know that there will be hitches here, there will be hitches there, but the intention, the plan is in place. It's for all of us to make the plan work.